please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So I was perusing the news at Big Finish last night, as I do, as is my want. You know what? I was on a live stream at the time. It's the sort of thing I do, baby. It's the sort of thing I do. And I saw there's a new Space 1999 box set due out in a couple of months. And to my absolute amazement, I'm recommending it, right? I'm recommending it. And I'm really scared of recommending it. That's basically where I am, because the last one was... we're going to talk about this a lot in the preview, right? The last one was a painfully thin and I think somewhat disingenuous Brexit analogy, right? It was a Brexit analogy from the perspective of somebody who thought Brexit was a terrible thing and impossible, which it might be. Okay, this is not my commentary on Brexit. It's really not my area of expertise. My guess is there was no will from the bureaucrats to do it, right? And so they did whatever they can to stick the heels in, and we kind of got the worst of all possible worlds, like England being punished for suggesting it and then not getting what they wanted and getting... And that's my guess. It ended up a horrible mess, except for, like, the top 1% of people. Oh, what a shock! You know, who could have seen that coming? And I don't think that's a politically divisive idea that the people in charge should really be stripped naked and shame marched throughout our cities. And I mean all politicians. This is not a party political broadcast. Anyway, the last one was from a perspective of somebody who thought Brexit was terrible, which universally, everybody working at Big Finish, I think that is their mindset, right? And they believe it's real, and it might be reality, but we're living in a world, it's 2023, we're living this weird world where we can see the same thing, like two sets of people will see the same thing, and they will think, absolutely, they've seen the opposite thing, right? They really will. And so from my mind, this is just really big. This has become the age of finding ways to validate one's worldview, whether or not they're valid or not, right? That's basically how I would describe the age we're living in. And so, you know, it's nice sometimes to get away from that and have a bit of, you know, escapist sci-fi fun. But at the same time, you know, I don't want it to be brainless. I don't want it to be... I don't want the writers to feel like their hands are tied, because then you get bad writing, right? You know, everybody should be able to express themselves, but there just needed to be a lot more. They need to be one person who didn't have that mindset. Just one person in the production going, yeah, this is a terrible idea. Don't do this. This is so awful, right? Now, that being said, even though they had this very painfully thin political analogy, which, again, Brexit is not my bag, man. I'm not really worked up about it, but at all, either way, I don't live in England. You know, I really, genuinely, it's not. So I'm not that, like, upset about it. But, you know, it could have easily been written to represent the other side of the aisle, which would say Brexit was destroyed by the bureaucrats, right? Really easily it could have been done to written for that, and say the absolute opposite thing that the writers were saying. But again, it just needed a lot more sense. So I'm very surprised, however, I am recommending this new set, right? I'm really surprised. And the reason I'm doing it is it's an excellent range. Even the last one, was it... Mission to... I can't remember what it was called. We're going to see in a second. Even the last one was a very good one. The quality is so high in this range. It really nails Moonbase Alpha. Anyway, we go over the whole thing. This was from my live stream last night. I'm recording this on Monday, January 16th. It's a bit nippy, mate. It's a bit nippy. But happily, I've seen outside the front of my house the fiber optic people are back to put in more cable. They've been promising us fiber optics for coming up for a year now, like over a year. They said, oh, you'll have it by February. When? February 2022, right? They've been, I see the truck outside my house. Please open up the fiber optics. That would be very nice. What else would be very nice is you liking, sharing, subscribing. Okay, that's very nice. Thank you very much. As I said, this is Monday, January 16th. This was from a live stream I had on Sunday, the 15th. That would have worked it out. Yeah, on Sunday the 15th, where I find this by sort of accident, and I go over it and I do kind of a deep dive, medium dive on the entire range, which again, freaking excellent, right? Freaking excellent range. Knocking out the park, mostly. Which I really like. So this is a recommend, right? I'm recommending this one. God, and I really hope. Actually, I'm not so worried about being excited about the new era of Doctor Who, right? Because I'm like, no one's spending money on that based on my recommendation. People will be spending money on this based on my recommendation, so I'm really sweating this one out. Nick Briggs, mate, it's all based on you, okay? My entire recommendation is based on you. I hope it doesn't go astray. Fine. Before we get into it, like, share, subscribe, comment. If you can subscribe, that'd be fantastic, baby. In fact, you may not agree with everything I say. You may agree with little I say. You may agree with some of I say, or everything I say. Either way, subscribe. We don't have to agree with each other to be your benefit to one another. But like, share, and subscribe. That's really, really, very, very helpful. In the video notes, there's a thing called Substack. It's my email newsletter. That's how I keep in contact with everybody. I also send out lots of extras on that, although I've been a bit bad last week. I have like a whole digital stash of Doctor Who magazines. So this is the Big Finish video. A lot of times I'll put out like the old reviews from Doctor Who magazine, from early Big Finish stuff, or interviews, things like that. Just stuff, interesting stuff. I go, oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I'll put that up. So it's free. Sign up for it in the video notes. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me everywhere. But imagine you're a baby duckling and I'm your mummy. Okay, that's basically what I'm trying to say. You don't have to dress up. Okay, you don't have to put on a big yellow costume. It's cool. That's cool, baby. Like, share, subscribe. Now, let me hand over to me from last night. Now, I don't think we'll get that much Brexit stuff in our face again. I think they heard the message from the last one. Let's have a look. Especially if Nick Briggs is doing it, right? If Nick Briggs is doing it, look, he has built up a lot of trust with me, right? He really, really has. It's hard for me to think of work he's done or he's been involved with that hasn't been very good. Pretty much everything he's been involved with has just been classy. Like the Beyond the War games, that was a classy production. The War Doctor Begins. I think everything good Big Finish is doing is connected to Nick Briggs. I mean, so he gets a real pass for me on pretty much everything. I think he was behind casting Stephen Noonan. And it's not. Look, Stephen Noonan is so freaking good. We're going to do a preview of him. I think maybe next episode. On the Tuesday episode, we'll do a preview of the next one. But he's got such a good game with fandom, right? He's very good interacting with me. I'm very impressed with that. So I have his back, right? I do absolutely have his back. And look, again, if Nick Briggs, right, I understand the last one was agony, and the last one was such a painfully thin Brexit analogy. It was like, oh, God, come on. It's so obvious that's what you're talking about, right? I spoke to somebody involved. He's like, yeah. I can't go into detail, but he was like, yeah. But I do think we're on safe ground with this one. Are these based on series episodes? Well, they do a mixture, which I quite like. Have you heard any of these, Colin Archer? The Archer Colin? These are, generally speaking, this range is excellent. Here, 1 second. Let's put my camera back on. 1 second. So let me find that audiobook, Space 1999. There you go. I'll run through what's come out so far. How do I get to the Space? I know I got that. How do I Space 1999? Is that it? Oh, that was really annoying. Okay, really, really annoying trying to work that out. Right. So this was excellent. Breakaway. It was is it a 3-disc release? It's like a super extended, 3-disc release. It's like a super extended version of the initial episode. It kind of ties into UFO as well. It's a reboot that loves the original, right? It's a reboot that emulates the original. I'm not a fan of Maria Teresa Creasy, who's a very emotional in it, very like, I think playing against Barbara Bain. But generally speaking, I really love this. It really took you there, right? It really, really nailed it. But this one did it even more. Volume 1 was awesome. Volume 1 was like, imagine a Space 1999 rub-down transfer book made into an audio adventure. It was fantastic. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It was wonderful, right? And it had that real Space 99 feel. Visually, it wasn't visual, but it felt visual, right? It felt like it had the things it described were very Space 99-y visually. I like the and they like with this. So this one they worked out the formula, right? So it's they do. Is this the first volume? Yeah, this is the first volume. So they do two. This one they had one rebooted story, like Death Other Domain, and it's adapted from the original one, but it's rewritten. And Siren Call and Goldilocks that were both new, right? That Nick Briggs is so involved with this new one means he's there to fix it, right? That's it. And then Earthbound, and Earthbound was a really painful Brexit analogy, right? Really painful. There's Commissioner Simmons has a vote on the moon to put resources into finding a way back to Earth. But it's impossible, damn it. You can't do it. And he cheats to win the election. And then because he put so much resources into it, he nearly causes them all to die, right? And this one, it adapts Earthbound and... Is it only Earthbound? Okay, so it's only one. So now we're over here. So let's go over to this. But I mean, other than that last one, there's a bit high quotient of lesbians in Moonbase Alpha. And again, man, I can't believe I'm tired of there being too many lesbians. I wish I could go back to my young self and go, you're going to be sick of all the lesbians. I'm like 16. I'm really into it right now. I know you are, little Tzvi. But, you'll go blind, mate. You'll go blind. I don't know. I'm growing a funny shape. Yeah, I understand. But there will come a time where there will be too many lesbians. I know. Your brain's like, it must be the end of days, you little Tzvi said. And I said, that's exactly what's going on, baby. That's exactly what's going on. Fine. The Moonbase Albums have entered the Dragon's Domain in a brand new box set of full-cast audio drama from Big Finish based on Jerry Anderson and Sylvia Anderson's space opera classic. I can't believe I'm fucking recommending this so much, right? But I got to be honest with you. I really think it's going to be good. And I know the last one was agony. But I really think this is going to be good. Oh, man, I'm embarrassed to recommend it. Please, Nick, please. I'm begging you, Nick. Please make this one good. Please, I'm begging you. Oh, God. I'm not worried about having egg on my face about the new Rusty Davis Doctor, the shooting guy. I'm not worried about that. If it is, isn't it? This I'm worried about because people are going to spend fucking money on this. Oh, Nick, please, I'm begging you. Oh, don't have, invasion of the Boris Johnsons. Or just no, please, just no. Just please, I'm begging you. Okay? I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Fine. Space 99 first launched in the UK in ITV in 1935, chronicled the moon-based crew's frantic fight for survival after a freak nuclear accident blasted them out of Earth orbit and into deep space. They redo that origin so well. They're so faithful to it, and yet they do it in a way that's believable. Right? It's like this is really a great raid. They had one real clanger. And even that was quite good. I don't want to tell you, I like the sound effects. Following the opening episode, the further 2 volumes of exciting adventures, Commander John Koenig, down. Battle Warner and Mark Barnett, excellent. He's really good as Commander Koenig because we watched Space 99 growing up, right? And he knows exactly what he's doing with it, right? Once again, returns to lead the Alphans through the unknown in 2 original tales, an original reimagining, 2 original tales, and an original reimagining of the nightmare-inducing TV story Death Dragon's Domain. Also the title of the box. I can't remember that episode. I know I've seen it. Dragon's Domain. Maybe I'll watch it tonight, right? Ooh, who knows? Space 99 Volume 3 Dragon's Domain due for release in May 2023. I think I might have to get this one. For download. It's Mark Platt and Nick Briggs. Come on, man. That's really saying we're sorry. Okay. That's like really producer Bernard Richardson. I don't know who Bernard Richardson is, but in he comes. President David Richardson said, "It's been far too long since we've visited Moonbase Alpha. It's a playable we had to forget, mate." Okay. And listen, I don't know. I want to be clear. I have no idea about Brexit. Okay. Genuinely. I don't know anything about anything anymore. There's nothing to believe. There's nothing to trust. Oh my God. I don't know. I think probably the weird increase in trying to educate children about fringe sexual practices over the last few years may be connected with the CIA's involvement in social media and the fact that the CIA has lots of pedophiles. I mean, that's it. I mean, and I don't know that. I just suspect that, right? I suspect that, but no, I don't bloody know. And Twitter files I know about, but I don't know anything. I don't know about Brexit. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad. I don't know if it could have worked. I don't know if I don't think. Okay, here's what I suspect, right? It was never delivered. And the compromise hodgepodge you got is to essentially give the appearance of Brexit while causing as much pain as possible, I think, right? So, that's my suspicion, right? My prejudice. But I just want to listen to Space 99, okay? Oh, I didn't want to hear what you thought about Brexit. And here's the incredible thing. Do you think anybody doesn't know what you think about Brexit? We know. You mentioned it. It came up. Really? It did. It came up in conversation. But anyway, forgive and forget, baby. Forgive and forget. Let's move forward. I hope this one's going to be a good one, okay? I hope this one's going to be a good one. Nick, baby. Nick, I'll stick my neck out here. I'm thinking, you're going to do 2 episodes. I really trust you. Okay, fine. Reunite Commander Kobe and his intrepid crew for 3 more audio productions set in deep space. These stories are a feast for the ears and the mind. They really are. They really are. I agree. This is such a great range. I feel bad I slacking them off for the last one because it's such. And you know why? Here's why I'm slacking them off. Because it's so fucking good, right? It's such a great rate. I'm really miffed about that one. Oh, and I know they feel bad about it. That's the truth. And I feel a dick for bringing it up. But then again, I'm recommending this hard, so I got to just acknowledge the truth, okay? Where we're up to. Dragons of May is one of the most loved episodes of Space 1999, so we didn't approach the remake lightly. I got to watch it right. In the original script around Alan Carter, it was revised to center around the new guest character called Tony Cilelli. Okay. we've gone back to the original intent. In our version, it's Alan's story, and the danger feels much more close at home. That's it. Oh, fine. So it was about this as Tony Salelli. Which one's Dragon's Domain? Wow. Hang on. We're going to look it up to remind me, because I know I've seen it. Down. Oh, wow. Yes, this is awesome. The Graveyard of Spaceships. Oh, man, that's so good. Yeah, Alpha comes to big Graveyard of Spaceships. It's awesome. I love that one. That's one of the big rolly thing lands on the Alpha. Oh, awesome. Dragon's Domain was my favorite episode of the child. As is often the case, things go a little bit haywire. It gave me a very specific nightmare, which stayed with me forever. I think Space 99 works well on audio because the visual aspects are very imaginative, but it so feels like authentic Space 1999. What's great about the series is the sound design. Yes, as in the way Big Finish stuff taken very seriously, so that you conjure up the right situations in the mind's eye of the listener. That's absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. Talented cast returning to the audio series is Maria Teresa Crazy. What, did she bring a friend? I'm sorry, Maria. It's just like, can you just tone it down a little bit, right? I understand you don't want to do the Barbara Payne, but just tone it down a little bit. It's like, ah! Really, Dr. Ellen Russell? Yeah, no, you can calm down. Clive Howard, Professor Victor Bergman, Tony Benchick, Space Commander Simmons. I like Simmons. Glenn McCready as Alan Pilot Alan Carter, Susan Higley as Scientist Sandra Baines, and Amaka K4 as computer expert Dasha Kano. Okay, I don't know who she is, but okay. Just can we have some straight couples living on Alpha as well, or is it only lesbians allowed? Right? It's like it was that part of the the recruitment process? Like, and you eat carpet? Yes, I do. You're in. Hava, Nagila, Hava. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.